Hello everyone, and welcome to another Ecospaces Wildlife Garden Design Breakdown and Rationale. On this video we will be presenting our design scheme for Yeading Infant and Nursery School in West London. This site had huge potential to create an array of various habitats with exciting, fun new educational activities which would benefit the school as a whole. One priority was to solve the site's drainage problems in a way that was good for both wildlife and pupils. The existing site had potential as there existed woodland areas with the site sloping from west to east where there was a sharp level fall into the Yeading Brook River. The only thing that separated the river from the school was a metal fence and a public footpath. What we wanted to achieve in the new garden was an exploratory route which allowed the children to explore various natural habitats while still giving stage to conventional play. This is the general layout we came up with. It actually conveniently took the shape of a butterfly in form. Using breeze and gravel, a free binding aggregate, we implemented a pathway from the school playground through a complete circuit of the garden. The gravel will warm up on sunny mornings, providing sunbathing opportunities for certain species such as butterflies and damselflies. The zebra spider, shown here, likes to ambush its prey in these warm environments. The drainage swales and ponds were created to capture excess rainwater and funnel it into a wetland habitat adjacent to the river on the site boundary. The benefit of creating habitats near a stream or river, especially wetland, is that there is already natural habitat present where established species can spread easily to new areas of opportunity. Not to mention streams and rivers represent thousands of years of natural processes in the landscape, and these landscape corridors, no matter how urban, can act as wildlife highways, directing some unexpected species to your nature garden. Some of the species expected to be seen here are grass snakes, newts, various insects and drinking birds. Drainage swales and ponds are great places to set up watching hides to view unsuspecting shy wild creatures. Marginal wetland habitat borders will border the ponds and drainage swales. Some bog-loving plants you will find here are yellow flag iris, marsh pennywort, marsh marigold and flowering rush. Amphibians such as newts will seek shelter in these moist, humid environments. Areas of wetland seeding or meadow in the areas of ground will be prepared to a fine tilth to accept the wetland meadow mix. Logs will be set in the area both vertically and horizontally to add extra shelter for invertebrates. Some species may grow better. There may even be existing seeds in the soil which will outcompete some of the introduced seed. This is irrelevant in regard to the end result, as the aim is to establish a wild meadow in a damp environment that is diverse and naturally suited to that area. The wildflower seed is more to ensure diversity from the start. In some ecological construction projects in Holland, the new meadow site is rotivated to a fine texture. Wild seeds from the area and locality are allowed to germinate, creating a naturally occurring meadow known as ruderal meadow. The benefits of these meadows are that they are adapted to their location and wildlife. Various insects, birds, reptiles and amphibians and small mammals will benefit from this environment, especially close to a water source. Traditional mown grass is represented by the adjacent playing field and the new chicken coop. Chickens actually keep large areas of grass neatly clipped as they love eating fresh grass. In smaller areas, they will scratch the soil to bare earth, but are one of the easiest ways to portray to children where food really comes from. Areas of planting will be smothered with a thick layer of locally sourced bark chippings and natural logs set into the ground to activate beneficial microorganisms in the soil. Millipedes, worms and stag beetle larvae will help break down the woody material as it keeps down weeds and stops new plants from drying out. The new meadow mounds will be seeded with summer meadow mix, which will be fun and colourful as a play feature in the new garden. As I have said many times, a properly managed wildflower meadow is one of the best ways to introduce children to wildlife. Nature viewing dens will provide frame zones of landscape habitat which will give children the opportunity to develop focus and patience, as well as getting to learn about local wildlife. Wildlife hides are the best way to spot exciting local birds such as blue tits and jays. Timber sleepers will be used to build raised beds, bridges and benches. I have planted small trees such as elderberry, rowan, birch and hazel. These tree seeds provide food and habitat for many woodland creatures. A miniature orchard has been planted to accentuate the avenue between the nature trail route and the circular seating area. Some of the fruits include damson, sloes, cherries, apples and pears. Ecological planting in any school or nursery environment has to withstand the pressures and strains put on it. The planting palette I use is a combination of native plants found naturally in Britain and plants which provide food and shelter for wildlife. Buddleia is a good example. Being native to Southeast Asia, it produces plentiful nectar for butterflies during the summer months and can establish very quickly. The polytunnel and raised beds will be the perfect place to grow food. In summer, the tunnel can be used to grow exciting exotics such as chilies and melons, and in winter can be used to grow more typical temperate vegetables when nothing grows outside. The raised beds will provide great vegetable growing fun during the growing season. Classes can even have competitions on who can grow the biggest or most difficult produce. So here I will just leave you with some of the images of the finished garden, some of the swales, bird watching dens outside classrooms and vegetable area. Here is the submitted design sheet we sent to the school with all the holistic information and concepts with precedent images. So I hope you have enjoyed this presentation today. Here's one last look at the presentation sheet. If you would like any more information, please contact us via our website www.eco-spaces.co.uk or at our more condensed wildlife site by searching for Wildlife Gardens for Schools. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please like and share or subscribe.